Hello everyone and welcome back to Joy's Creative Finger. This is a beautiful house. It's a small house and there is also a live build for it at the end, and that's why it's a 13-minute long video. So it will be a little bit like the attic house in terms of how I'm going to go about this, touring it completely, and then at the end you get the live build. Now I wanted something completely different again. I got a bit bored with the standard look of houses that I've been building for a while. They look traditional, they look realistic, but this one here has a side wall. It's called a garden fence, actually made of brick, and it's supposed to match the side of the house. You know, it's supposed to match the actual house, and it's such that I've done something like that with the home I built for Ebony Blaine in the Teeny series, and just in case you were wondering, that's what that is. There is a live build as mentioned before, and I'm going to, in that live build, cover all glitches that you see in this property, so that if you wanted it to look exactly like this, then of course you can achieve that. There are no floating rooms, it's on a small plot, and it makes use of this big backyard that you can't build on anyway, but perhaps your Sims can come out for a bit of a distance into it. But as I say, this house is on a small plot, and that's why I called it small, because again it's got quite a bit of a front yard as well. So the house itself is where she lives is not very large. Now she is a senior, believe it or not, but she's held on to her youth. She's worked out really hard and she's taking care of herself. She's got every nip and tuck done in the book. And she lives here alone and has a spare room as well. You can easily turn this into a 3-bedroom home, but it's a 2-bedroom home anyway. Okay, now let's go into the front part of this house. There is a beautiful enclosed entrance as you walk in. You don't have to have it enclosed, you can have it, you know, burst right through with open arches. But over on the left you've got the restroom here, and again I have decided to make use of this beautiful toilet unit that I unlocked in the game from a pack. And then you've got this double sink that is an old item in the game, but it's lovely in the corner there, and I thought the red popped in the space. Over on this side we have the closet space. It's very airy, clean, got some coats hanging out there and a seat to maybe put your shoes on or take them off if at all. You can't do that in this game. Not quite yet. So that's the entrances. As you walk in, it's a living dining space. This wallpaper, you might realize, is a very serious favorite of mine. I love the color. It's warm and it's just classy in a way. So I've gone for some of the rustic farmhouse chairs, as you can see here, some curtains alongside the TV, and then we have another sort of siding table with some books and some special items dotted around as ornaments. And what I like about this mirror is when you put it up in a room, it disappears when you swing the other way around. And I think that's important because we do have our walls come down at some point and you don't want things hanging in the way. This is the dining area. It's very tidy. The space is also airy as well, and there is a view of the kitchen, so the dining area can see what's being prepped. And there is a way to the garage over here, so if she drove in with this beautiful car, she would pull in and go in through those doors into the house. And of course she can use the front door if she wants, but that's the way to quickly get upstairs, which I thought was a good plan for this house. And then you can come further through to where you have the kitchen, which is my favorite part of the house. And just before you ask, yes, I am going to do this kitchen in the live build at the end of the video, so you see how I merged everything together, making it look this beautiful. Well, I think it is. I just love this kitchen. I can't tell you how excited I am that I was able to do this. I feel as though it's a new pack that I unlocked or something. But I think the units go brilliantly well together, and there is still a further merge with the cooker and the outdoor fridge from the backyard event. So you'll see how this is put together. The exact thing you see here is what I'm going to do in the live build for you, for those of you who want it. I was so excited that it went well with the Homestead Sink here, and it looks like a breakfast unit. And then I have more of those counters here, and you got the drink racks and so on, and a great view of the outdoors from those windows. The fridge is in place, and there is a door on the side leading out to say, I don't know, there is no garden. You can build this on a big plot and do something with the outside if you want to. So this kitchen, you're getting it if you want it. Let's stop her and give you an overview of this house. And again, I always say I do this because some of you want to set things out exactly as I have. So here it is once again for you to have a better look at how things are set out before I go upstairs. And it's great that I get to do the life build at the end, so I don't have to forget. And you know, a lot of you keep asking for these builds, and I feel so sorry that they come out a lot later than I would have planned. Now, it's interesting. I don't know if I told you her name. Her name is Brielle Valugi. So we're going up with Brielle. And this is the big sort of corridor that she's come up to, a nice window. And there are other windows on the side where the staircase is. And I used mirrors so that the house would twinkle or sparkle from the front view, as you saw in the thumbnail. And I think it's beautiful. But if you don't have those mirrors, then just putting the tall white windows would do the same job. But it just had a little bit more sparkle because of the mirrors, you know. So there is a computer up here in this big corridor, and then there's a nice French chaise here as well, and that then leads into the guest room for this house, which was once upon a time her son's room, who has gone off to live his life and would visit whenever he chooses to. But this is his room, and it's quite big. This is a study area, and she still left his accolades and awards up on the wall, just because she wanted to remember him by some of those things. So she's living a good life on her own, quite contently. This is also an ensuite, so don't think that that room upstairs was useless. No, you know, it's got an odd shape to the front of the house, which makes it unique. But you see there is a shower in this section here. She's gone past the toilet, the sink, and a lovely flower. And then you have another unit on the side where you keep, say, towels and so on, some toiletries, etc. And that's what you have in this oblong shaped room at the top here, where we've got these fabulous lights that give again the build a unique look. So I made use of every space, at least that's what I think. And it worked out for me, because that's one thing that becomes a bit weird when you try to do something fancy and you have too much useless spaces. So I want in and out to look just as nice. I try to. And this is her room over on the side here, which is beautiful. It's not mute, I would say, because you've got the soft pinks, but then it starts to blend into that vanilla or beigey touch. It just looks so relaxing in here. She has a unit on the side here, and then again another mirror that folds and closes off. Don't ask me why I did that, but I just thought it was beautiful and extra. And yeah, she's got quite a few windows to look out of, and this is her closet space on the side with a beautiful mirror that we unlocked from the wedding presents event. Beautiful event, lots of clutter we unlocked. And this is her bathroom over on the side here. It's just so clean. I think it just fits my sim, and I think Brielle has a lovely time in here. And then we have the Poolside Paradise event towel rack on the side. And this basically completes the tour for the entire house. I really love this house. The only thing I regret is I wish I built it on a bigger plot. If I did, I might have put one more room in and then maybe done something more to the back. But, you know, I've decided to keep it on this plot anyway because it would fit, as you can see. And I tend to build some of these houses in AR, so it has to be on a small plot. What you see me do now, again, as said before, is an overview for those of you who want to see where everything is before we go on to see the live build for this house. I will talk through some of the glitches so that you understand what's going on. Some of you have never glitched before, so when you see what's being done, it's good that I say one or two things as we go along. But one more time, this is what the ground floor looks like, and I will then in a minute go ahead to start the live build for you. So let's get started with a 2x7 patio piece here, and then an 8x7 room for the garage, another 2x8 room for the hallway, and then the kitchen right through to the back. This is the living room space, leaving one grid of space behind. And then we have the garden fence over on the side here, as we spoke about earlier. Now we're going to go ahead and put down the 4x4 room for the main entrance, and then a 2x3 for the closet space and the guest room downstairs. That completes the floor plan for this house on the ground floor. Now I'm just going to go ahead and fill out the spaces with the patio paving. And you can completely cover this up if you want to, but I left a 1x4 line for a flower bed of some sort where the trees and the little plants go. You don't have to do that, but I suppose it will save you a few simoleon coins. Now you can use your paving of choice. I'm going for this to match the main walkway for this driveway plot, and there you have it. Of course, we're going to go up by one floor. And then, of course, as soon as I do the balconies, we'll go straight into the glitching and, you know, the floor plan upstairs. So, first balcony here, start this way. 2, 3, 2 again, and 3, 2 again right there. And 3, 2, and that finishes it off. Okay, now close up the main space here down below. And we can move on to the entrance where we keep those big flowers right there. Okay. And the fence itself. There we go. Now I'm just going to go ahead and tidy up with the balcony railing of my choice. Yours could be some other color. I absolutely love to see what you guys do differently. It's interesting to see how this house would have turned out based off of what you all put up with the other builds that I've done in the past. And it's so interesting, you know, because when you do something yourself, you can be stuck in your own ways and not realize how it would look differently. I always say that you all really inspire me, and it's just something I enjoy seeing. Now I'm putting on a fountain from the French collection there, and I'm going into my decorations. I know that my mirrors are far down the far end here, so it's the salon mirror, and I just stick them in the corners here. I just felt that it made the house look really pretty. I don't even know how I come up with these ideas. I just thought to myself I wanted something else other than the actual windows that we had, and it just gave it that extra touch. Now obviously I had to go into my inventory to bring this out, and I haven't said this before, but about a year ago I lost my game. I got every single thing back, including the mysterious rainforest, I think it is, and that's where you get these plants. But the only thing that was missing was these plants. I don't have them to purchase as much as I want. I go into my inventory and set them out because I have a good number of them. So that was the only thing. But I'm thankful that I still have them. But I can't use it in AR because I don't actually have them to duplicate. So now I'm putting these hanging flowers here, and they've got that pink touch to it. So at a glance, it looks like the plants I put down have a bit of pink in them. But no, it's just hanging flowers to the left and right of the entrance. Okay. Now you can see that we're almost there, and we're going to get started with the gardening work, right? Glitching gardening work. I like to work with the vineyard hedges. You can use any 1x2, 1x3 or 1x4 object if you want. I like to use these, and I set it out this way. And then this is what we do. You pull from left to right, take it back, turn it sideways, pull it into the middle and down below, let go with the green check. Repeat the same process here. Pull over and pull it back, turn it horizontally, drag your tin into a cross, and then pull it down to the bottom and accept it with a green check. The next phase for this is to then get one of them flashing red. Well, particularly this one I'm pulling down. Then you tap on something else and then click on the arrow at the top right hand corner of your screen. It's like a little curved arrow. So tap on that and then that arrow, and it bounces back on. Then you can get rid of the ones that aren't glitching. And this is basically how you need to get started so you can get your trees close together. And you can do this with any tree you want, but I'm using these ones. This is a 3x, and then the 4x tree will then fit in against it. Okay, so now I'm going to move this out and just put it back, and it would then stop flashing red. Out and in, and it stops flashing red. Then you tap on something else, and then the arrow at the top right hand corner makes it jump back red. Tap on something else and click on the arrow in the top right hand corner, and it jumps back red. Now we can get rid of the green hedges, and that's all we have to do in that corner to get things going. So I want the cherry blossom trees right here, and that's as close as I want them to get. Trees do grow close to each other, and so the idea that I can't stick them a little bit close together irritates me just a little bit. And that's why glitching is a thing for me. And then I'm just going to stick some wildflowers at the bottom of the tree here just to make it look real. That's why I left some green patches, uncovered with patio. And I'm setting these out here as well, and that's basically all I do for the front part of this house as far as gardening is concerned. So I'm going to leave you at this point, and I will be back when I get to the kitchen, where I made use of a little bit more glitching as well. See you in a bit. Hello, now it's time for us to do the kitchen part, and I used the rustic buffet table for the actual cabinets, and I love these cabinets. They're really nice. We unlock them with the current event that you're on at the moment, which is the Missing Claws quest. There's been a lot of trouble with that event and a lot of fixes and compensations, guys. You have to be forgiving. It's a computerized game, obviously, and mistakes and mishaps do happen. So just give the team a little bit of a minute and they'll fix everything that goes wrong to the best of their ability. Okay, follow the steps with me here. Move up and down, turn sideways, move right to left and accept with the green check. Repeat the same thing here. Move up and down, turn it sideways, move right to left and accept it with the green check. Now for the ones that are horizontal, move it out of the way, click on something else and then the green curved check in the top right hand corner of your screen. Do that again with the other one, click on something else and then the green curved check in the top right hand corner of your screen. Now you can get rid of the ones that aren't glitching red because we don't need those. Okay, and now we can place any cabinet we want on top of these to get the desired look. I personally like the Homestead unit cabinets because of the plates on the inside of them. It's like that extra clutter. It looks realistic, you know, as though your sink could just pop it open and get a couple of plates out. That would be the day when Sims FreePlay begins to function that way. That's the next level. So the taller ones I set on the outer part and then the split ones I put on the inner part where the stove is going to go in the center. And this is what it looks like when you come into normal mode. I think it's lovely. And then I'm just going to go ahead and set out more of these cabinets where they should go on this other wall in the kitchen right there. And then let me bring out some of the objects that we need. We need a window. I'm just going to place it there. It just makes the area feel a little bit more glitchy and your glitch tends to work. And then I'm going to go and get out cooker. Well, I just went past the fridge. Let's put the fridge down here and then let's get the cooker. The ones from the chalet work, you know, those in that style, they work a lot better with this because it's much taller than the other cookers, leaving you a hub above the cabinet unit that you choose. So it's lovely. Now I need to go into my outdoor furniture and get out the black fridge, you know, the concrete fridge, and set it down here because it's got some wood paneling, you know, on it, and it matches the kitchen and just sort of tidies up the oven. You don't have to do that. You could just put your oven down. So now I want to glitch in that space so I can merge both the oven and the fridge together so it makes the oven look completely different. I'm using the same method, so I'm assuming I won't have to repeat myself. But what I am going to do differently is further extend that into the space, right? And then try and turn it red using the same method, and now it's worked and I am ready to place the outdoor fridge here right at that corner. Okay, then we just move that along and back and it stays green, and then we glitch the fridge, basically turn the fridge into a red hot spot, get rid of the hedge and then take the window off. You've got what we want, and stick your cooker right in there. giving it a different exterior, and that's what I wanted to fit the cabinet units around it. Because of the wood panels that it has on both sides. You'll see that when I go into the normal mode. And let's get the Homestead hood and place over the top here. And because we now have glitched these cabinet units together with those rustic sort of side tables, we can actually place items, you know, that look like they're underneath the cabinet cupboards. And that's realistic. That's real. You know, we have to be able to place things on certain surfaces, and that's why sometimes I do go ahead to glitch certain things and not so much for other things. It just depends. It's weird to have cabinet tops that you can't place anything on just because it has a cupboard unit above it. So we've set down the Homestead Sink, and now we've put down some of these poolside paradise event chairs, and voila, it's very, very nice. You like? I think it's gorgeous. So that's the cooker. Look at that. Done. Now, oh, I'm missing some windows behind. Yeah, I'm missing some windows. Let's set that down right there. And now I'm going to have a really good look to see that I've not done anything different from the original style of the house. Ha! This room is a bit bigger than it should be. And I'm just going to tug it in and extend the balcony to create the fence. That's what I had in the original tour, but if you want to make it a bigger room or even into 2 rooms and create 1 family bathroom, you could absolutely do that and it would work. But this is the complete look. If you recreate this in your town, that's great. But if you choose to upload it to any social media platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and so on, wonderful. But don't forget to use the hashtag JoyceCreativeFinger when doing so. And I thank you very much. There is a live build for the Pillar Estate going up tomorrow, so look out for that. Better still, if you're not yet subscribed and you want to, then please do so. And you will be notified of every upload that goes live on the channel. Thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon in the next video. Bye.